Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the African National Congress, denounced what he called a dangerous ideological change spearheaded by the EFF and MK Party, sending a strong message that echoed through the political corridors. Before we continue, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. He warned against their alleged betrayal of Steve Biko's values, branding their strategy as naive and opportunistic. Our people need to realize that we haven't won elections, Mbalula said, pleading for the people of South Africa to reject these organizations' predatory politics. Mbalula's critique extended beyond issues of ideology. He said that the EFF and MK Party did not have a strong enough political base of their own and that they were dependent on the ANC for support. They lack a personal foundation. Mbalula highlighted what he saw as a parasitic connection that undercuts true political autonomy, saying, "They eat from ANC base." Mbalula also revealed controversial information from previous talks, claiming the EFF had offered a coalition on coercive conditions. He said, "They told us it is better to form a coalition with them because we will die in their hands," suggesting that their strategic talks included coercion. Mbalula insisted that their attempts to do a surgical takedown of the ANC had not succeeded. Mbalula's remarks, according to critics, show a defensive posture in the face of increasing electoral difficulties. A commenter on X questioned the ANC's inability to win over abstainers, pointing up a larger frustration with traditional politics. The user noted, "South Africans vote for whoever they believe will advance their wishes," implying that the goals of voters and ANC leadership are not aligned. Deep-seated political conflicts in South Africa are highlighted by the scandal, which may have an impact on coalition building and election results in the future. Mbalula's cautions are relevant as the nation navigates these complicated circumstances because they serve as a warning against coalitions that are seen to undermine the ANC's core principles. Once again, economic freedom fighters, EFF, leader Advocate Dali Mpofu has commented on the recent UK elections, highlighting the stark differences with South African politics. The leader of the Labour Party, Keir Starmer, defeated outgoing Prime Minister Rishi Sunak in the UK election. Taking full responsibility for his party's appalling result, Sunak announced his resignation and apologized to the public in his concession address. Mpofu praised this orderly handover of power, pointing to it as an example of a genuine democratic process. He said that in the wake of the African National Congress's ANC inability to obtain an overall majority in South Africa's general elections, President Cyril Ramaphosa ought to have used a similar strategy. Ramaphosa came under fire from Mpofu for choosing to establish a government of national unity rather than stepping down and admitting the party's failings. In true democracies, this is really how it's done when the incumbent loses the majority that his predecessors gave him. Give up, say you're sorry, and go. People and even markets often anticipate that. Not another fat cabinet, Mpofu said. Mpofu's remarks are indicative of a larger dissatisfaction with the present ANC leadership and their style of governing. Opponents contend that the voter has made it obvious that they want change, but the ANC is clinging to power. Mpofu claims that rather than really addressing the problems that caused the ANC to lose elections, the establishment of a government of national unity is seen as a means for them to hold onto power. Similar to Mpofu's remarks, a social critic said that the ANC's unwillingness to cede authority is obvious. The ANC in South Africa is unwilling to cede control. Without a doubt, we will defeat them in the next municipal election. Pay attention to this, the reviewer remarked. Talks regarding political accountability and leadership in South Africa have been triggered by the UK's election and the following change in leadership. The ANC's future and the need of political transformation in the nation are expected to be hot topics of discussion after Mpofu's remarks. The ANC will certainly come under more pressure to show a genuine commitment to democratic ideals and accountability as the next elections get near. The MK Party has launched an acrimonious rant against Steve Biko, the Speaker of the KwaZulu-Natal Legislature. The MK Party, spearheaded by the unwavering Jacob Zuma, has declared the creation of portfolio committees to be nothing less than a constitutional disaster and charged Boyce with carrying out a massive plan that would make Nicol Machiavelli pleased. The MK Party said emphatically, echoing through the parliamentary halls like a thunderclap, that Boyce had broken the Constitution to pieces by neglecting to form the committees within the required 7 days after the House's first